Welcome to Genie Botanica. My name is Alexis, and this is a craft studio and native market that preserves ancestral art and plant medicine in the African diaspora. The mission of Genie Botanica is to merge the worlds of art and ecology. Our sole purpose is to encourage holistic connection with the natural world through collaborative projects and environmental education rooted in ancient knowledge systems. Through Genie Botanica, I sell handcrafted artisanal goods, eco-friendly art supplies, I make herbal remedies, and I also print books and magazines that serve as educational resources. We have many exciting community projects that we work on through this initiative. We have a native language study group called Nomo Circle. We also feature artisans and earth workers in interviews, and we have some collaborative projects and creative events that we host as well. So today we are going to talk about turmeric. This powerful anti-inflammatory herb that has been used for thousands of years in many indigenous cultures across the globe, including in Africa, Southeast Asia. It's been very popular in traditional Indian medicine and Ayurveda. And it's also well known in the Caribbean. It is a staple spice in curry dishes. I'm sure that you've heard of curry. There's Asian curry, there's Jamaican curry. So we're going to talk about the health benefits of turmeric. We're going to talk about how it appears in traditional art and mythology. We're going to talk about the farming and cultivation of turmeric historically and also in modern times. And we're going to talk about the use of turmeric as a natural dye. So the hair scarf that I'm wearing and this cotton top and this sheet and these bags were all dyed with turmeric. Turmeric is a very strong stain, and that makes it very easy to use as a natural dye on organic fabrics such as cotton and linen and wool. Wool yarn that was dyed with turmeric. And it came out to be this beautiful, vibrant, golden yellow hue. It's so gorgeous, so beautiful. So we're going to talk about all of those things today. And before we start with all of that, I would like to open the way with two poems that are devotional lyrics that I wrote to honor the spirit of this plant. And the first poem is called Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess of wealth, abundance, and prosperity. And the poem goes like this. Lakshmi. Understand her 8 divine forms and great generosity, her names and stories, her wealth and fortune, her power to grant success in all endeavors. Understand how she acts in the real world and sustains the universe, how she makes the farm flourish and favors those who birth children. Understand her appearance in golden cowrie shells, dangling from my twists, and her essence as the active element of her spouse. Understand she is fickle, like life, and her gifts are random, spontaneous, and unexpected. So you never know what she might do. Understand she awards those who earn prosperity from labor, not war, and inspires much devotion in our fight for fertility. Understand she wafts from the milky ocean, churned by gods and demons in a quest to obtain eternity, and she is primordial. Understand Amrita, the nectar of immortality, and her other names that refer mostly to the lotus, as coins rain down from her palms. Understand she is the boss, whose orders are issued like sunlight slipping through my fingers when I try to catch it. Ashe. The second poem is titled Bitter Sun. Thank you for golden yellow roots and electric blue on rare occasions. I dug you out from the house underground where we call you Atapupa, red pepper. In the beginning, I coughed up your bitterness, and the sun came shining in the kitchen, flames tossed in my eye. You are famous in the world, like Mansa Musa, who climbed the desert hauling wealth on his back. Your leaves resemble the hands of fish in this early spring breeze. I am lucky to be cloaked in you. Cotton drip colored in you. My hands and face smothered in apple cider vinegar, calabash clay, and you, turmeric. Why are you a bittersweet sun? Why are you a star in Jamaican curry? Why do you swirl solar radiation in coconut milk? Good for the stomach and blood, blessings rained from ribbed bands on your tissue while your hidden hues grow darker. I'm grateful. Southeast Asia protected your medicine on her journey across the ocean, and Kenya loves you too.
Now it's time to prepare the turmeric dye bath. For this process, you will need turmeric powder. I highly recommend using the dried powdered form of turmeric for your dye bath instead of the fresh root. You will also need a cooking pot and a heat source. This could be a stove, or it could also be a stovetop burner. Turmeric has many health benefits. Besides being used as a natural dye for fabric and paper, it brings anti-inflammatory effects that help to relieve conditions like arthritis and muscle pain. It has antioxidant properties that protect cells from damage, supports overall wellness, reduces the harmful effects of free radicals, and prevents the growth of cancerous cells in the body. It's also antimicrobial. It fights bacteria, viruses, and fungi. It can be useful for skin conditions and boosting immunity. As a medicinal herb, turmeric brings stimulant benefits. It quickens and enlivens physiological activity in the body, increasing energy, reducing appetite, and improving mental clarity and focus. If you have digestive problems, then you can use turmeric for its carminative health effects. It expels gas from the stomach and intestines, relieves flatulence and discomfort, and eases abdominal pain. Turmeric is also alterative, meaning that it helps to improve the function of the metabolism and purifies the blood. It's vulnerary, meaning it can heal wounds and inflammation. And it's also tonic, strengthening, nourishing, and revitalizing. So, as I mentioned, you can use this plant to color either fabric or paper. If you're using fabric, I highly recommend wool over cotton. I've noticed that using plant-based dyes on animal fibers, wool comes from sheep, is much more effective than using it on cellulose fibers like cotton and linen. And I really enjoy the nuances and color that turmeric creates. It produces vibrant yellow shades, it produces mustards, and more subdued grayish type of yellows. So here I'm doing an ice dye technique with turmeric powder using ice on paper. And the way this process works is that ice is super cold, so the low temperature of ice gives it astringent properties that help to bind the dye to the paper. So after you apply the dye over the ice, you let it sit, preferably in the sun, and you allow the ice to melt. You can do this directly on the ground or in a tub or some type of container. And the result looks like this. Thank you for watching.